exactly.
And
That's the one that reported
we
him for shooting him.
are live.
True, but
Oh,
still.
hi.
Hello.
We're just talking about the dumb fuckery that happened in the last Mass Effect.
Yeah, I heard that there were a bunch of fuckery happened.
Yeah. Omen got loose on the Citadel. That's what happened.
I swear, it's just like Brockus goes away and you guys just cause trouble.
Yeah,
Hey, Dad,
that's
I'm
gone.
in jail now.
Geth goes shopping at Epps. What could go wrong?
Geth walks
Again,
into Epps.
This is all Epps' own doing. If he had
Epps
just
legitimately just
come out of the
panicked.
back room, he would have been fine.
Epps' employee must be really well paid to fucking start shooting at a Geth unprovoked.
At point blank range.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, when I first met you, I almost started shooting unprovoked as well.
I mean,
To be
isn't
fair,
it the
Yeah,
I did.
default response of a Geth is if you see it, you just start shooting?
Yeah.
To be
You know what?
fair,
Omen's
though,
just gonna start to think that people shooting at him is a greeting at this point.
Ah,
You were also going to shoot Riley. So,
Fox,
I mean,
isn't that the Turian way, though?
It really is, yeah.
I
If,
mean,
it, yeah, if
hello?
it's not Tyrion, shoot it. If it shoots back hard enough, it's a
Vera
close friend. Otherwise, we dominate
is
it.
Vera is a practitioner of the tickles hello.
It is the
Typical
Turian
Turian
way.
hello.
How do we greet another species? Broadside.
Is the railgun working? Yeah, that.
Did you write hello on the projectile? Yes. Okay, good enough.
That's
Did
my
everything we
greeting.
could.
Dispatch the
Basic
greeting.
manners were observed.
Oh, so how are all of you?
Doing all right.
Tired.
great.
My coffee's upstairs.
Did you
I had a
forget your
wonderful nap
coffee?
earlier.
I fucking did.
How could you forget your coffee?
Go get your coffee. God damn.
He's whining because he wanted one like the coffee I had.
We all
Look
wanted the
good.
coffee you had.
Yeah.
It's not fair.
Oh, yes. So, just as a heads up, I'm trying to like make my air conditioner sort of the fins point in a certain way to blow the air in the room. As a heads up, next week we will not have episodes of Withered Wastes or Vigilant 6. Cass and I will not be here. We are going to be over in Universal Studios, so no episodes for that. I completely forgot that I had built the episode that I planned around Under the Mountain and not planned around Weewa or V6. So
Yeah, it happens.
it happens. But yeah, this is neither Weewa or V6. This is a whole different chaos barrel of monkeys. As the last time we were together, you all pretty much did a bit of shopping at Bimmy's, getting a bunch of various magical doodads and a bit of shenanigans happening as well. One of you actually ended up winning the grand prize, that's being Charon, who was transported to a different little pocket dimension where Bimmy Prime bent the laws of time and space and brought a old friend of her father back, as she has now gained possession of, well, what was his legendary spear of Agrin. But how Agrin will manifest this time around once he's brought into the real world is a bit of mystery at the moment, as there are certain things that one must do in order to get Agrin to start playing fair. That's a cat.
Meow.
It was next to the coffee.
Ah,
It must be brought back.
free cat with every coffee.
I like this place. Although I'd have to give the cat to my sister.
I'll buy 5 coffees. But
I
yes,
laughed. My sister at one time had 12 cats.
we had 8 at one point.
It's a lot.
Yeah. We were looking for homes for them because one of my cats could not stop getting pregnant.
Oof. Bad kitty.
And every time we thought, it would be okay, she had recovered from the last one and we can take her to the vet to get her fixed, she would get out and get pregnant again.
It's like she knew.
Yeah.
Like, you ain't fixing me.
So for a while there, we were like responsible for like a good majority of the neighborhood's cats.
But they're so cute and cuddly.
Is Zorro here? I know Zorro
might be
is
fighting a
in
child.
game, but I don't know if Zorro is currently at their desk. If not, that is fine. I will throw a card at them when they get back. But we can pick up where we left off. As Charon, as you are standing in like this bright white room, staring at this spear in your hands, color and shape begin to reform around you as you are then quickly moved once again, and now you are standing in the doorway of Bimmy's, and in your hand is no longer a spear, but this very long, like ivory white fang.
Looking over the fang, is there any like identifying markers on it, like it's something that has been worked and tooled, or does it look like a fang that's just been ripped out of a mouth?
It looks like it's a fang that's been ripped out of a mouth. And like you sit there and you recall from like the tales that you've heard from your father previously. When he first acquired Agrin was a dagger that was embedded into a stone in some weird temple that he and his companions had spelunked down into. But you seem to be staring more at a base form of Agrin this time around.
The tip of the fang, is it like really pointy, or is it slightly rounded from years of being used as a tooth?
It looks razor sharp.
I'm going to just prick the end of my finger with the tip of the fang, and I just want to let a drop of blood fall on it and see if it reacts in any way.
Okay. When this happens, can you go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw?
I sure can. I forgot that sorcerers are proficient in con saves. That is going to be a 23.
A 23. Okay. Well, you're not going to pass out from the pain, at least.
That's good.
Though you are going to lose half your hit points.
Oh.
As you prick your finger and just a torrent of blood just comes like spraying out onto this dagger, just coating the fang. And as it does, it begins to like sink down into your hand as it like moves the flesh, pretty much just like opens the palm of your hand and pretty much just climbs inside of it. And you could feel it come down into your forearm and just rest there. As the hole that it had made to burrow like slowly begins to stitch itself up.
I think Sharon's just kind of standing there stunned for a minute, after like losing her breath from the immense amount of pain that caused. She's just wide-eyed and kind of looking around to see if anyone else from the group is still there.
And you look around, you are still on the entrance to Bimmies. Anyone who like stuck around outside waiting for the rest of the group, sees you prick your finger, it go full Tarantino, and then this fang just sort of like bury itself into, like, go through your hand and into your forearm.
Did Sharon kind of like reappear moments after she left, or has it been a little bit of time?
It was like probably 5 seconds. It was pop.
Okay, so it would have been enough time for Snow to leave Benny's as well.
Mm-hmm.
She wouldn't be stuck inside. Sharon, are you okay? What happened? What was that? How did you lose so much blood? Are you okay? I don't think I have anything for healing. Are you okay?
That, I don't really know how to explain it. Well, aside from, holy shit, that hurt. That fang, I'm sort of acquainted with, but I was not expecting that. Not from it.
And as you say that, you kind of just feel just another surge of pain rush through your open body, or your upper body, as your back begins to like convulse, and there's just like audible like noise of muscle and sinew tearing and rearranging, as underneath your clothing and whatever armor you're feeling, you begin to feel like two long mounds beginning to like form into your back and sort of pressing against the clothing.
I think in a bit of a panic, she starts to kind of like pull away at her clothes, or at least kind of pull them up to reveal her back a bit, to try and see what's happening.
And
when Alora sees all this happening, she's at this point, she's not even going to ask. She's going to drop a healing spirit onto Sharon.
And like as you begin to summon up the magic to do that, Sharon's kind of like looks at you for just a minute, and her eyes are completely like yellowed over, and you almost see like almost like a spider-like visage on her face, and she just growls, "Don't you fucking dare." And as she growls, and like you have that magic there, you can drop it if you'd want.
Sharon?
But as like Sharon says that, two like large insectoid wings just sprout from her back. As that wave of pain no, it wasn't. As that wave of pain, Sharon washes away, as like your heart is beating a little bit. The wings are kind of like stretching and sort of twitching as they are like newly formed.
I think she probably like drops down to her hands and knees. She has never experienced pain like this before. Also, she's down to 10 HP now. And it's the type of pain, I imagine, where she's just like wide-eyed and looking down at the ground with like drool dripping from her mouth. She's just completely overwhelmed by the moment.
Oh yeah, the pain is white hot.
Sharon, won't you let me help you, please?
That didn't sound like Sharon. Who are you, and what have you done with our friend?
After a minute of trying to gather herself, she will slowly get back to her feet and look at everyone. Is it over?
Yes, but I think you've been infected by something. It told us not to heal you. It was not your voice. Do we need to get you to a healer? Do we need to take you? Do we need to find a priest?
No, I don't think we should do that.
We've been infested.
So
Can I try again to drop the healing spirit?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to bring up the healing spirit and drop it. So can I do the full hit points on that?
As long as Charon stands in the healing spirit aura, yeah. As this time there's like no resistance, there's no growling, there's like no otherworldly voice coming from Charon. It's just her standing there with like her body sort of like twinging every now and then from like the newly formed muscle, and then the invader in the forearm.
Okay, it's a craptastic roll, but you're healed for 24.
I only have a max of 26 HP, so I will take that.
Okay, great.
Level 4.
Level 4
Right, level 4.
sorcerer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as like you return the full HP, the wings sort of like settle down and sort of like reshape into your back to where it's completely flat. And then you hear, you feel something creeping into your mind. Sorry about that, kid. The introduction phase is always a bit of a painful one.
Are you who I think you are?
That depends on who you think I am.
A friend of my dad's? Are you Agfrin?
Hey, yeah, that's me.
Holy shit.
Yeah, my sentiments exactly. I have no idea how I'm here. Last thing I knew, your dad left me in the top of like embedded into the top of a dead god's skull to keep him there, and now I'm here, but world's not ending, so I'd have to expect that old Fangface is still where he's supposed to be.
Yeah, I mean, he always told me that if anyone ever removed you, like that was the end of the plane. But yeah, we're all still here.
Yeah, something ain't making sense here, but okay, give me a second. As he says that, you feel like your brain being prodded in like different areas as he begins just like tearing through your memories, trying to figure out what the hell just happened. Well, shit. Looks like I am two guys now.
I'm sorry.
Old Bimmy sort of made me a duplicate. I don't know how that's gonna work though, because what you just went through would make you the newly anointed avatar of Zatrat, but that can't be because he's still technically dead.
So what you're saying is we have all of the power, but none of the obligation.
I guess that's one way to put it. Not sure exactly how the plane's gonna react, the two of me, or how you're gonna react to me, or I to you.
Yeah, I mean, Dad told me some of like how you work and what you do, but the finer details he always just kind of skimmed over. So we might have to, discover a lot of this ourselves.
It's definitely going to be a learning process for the two of us, because technically I shouldn't have been able to merge with you. I guess the only reason why I can is because you're his blood. Like, I only was able to merge with the old man because of the taint in his soul already. I mean, sorry to be the bearer of bad news if you don't know this, but your dad's not really a good guy.
I mean, I know some people don't like him, but I like him.
Doesn't mean you can't. Just your dad had a very dark side to him. Hence why we got along so well.
See, well, I don't know if I can live up to his standard, but you know, maybe you and I can set a new standard.
Maybe it's worth a shot.
Yeah.
I mean, if we mess up, it's only the end of the world, and not that bad. I mean, as the newly anointed avatar, you'll survive.
I don't. Oh, okay. So there may be a complication. Like, I know this whole thing is a complication, but there may be a complication on top of the complication. I don't know if I'm alive right now.
Well, you bled on me, so there's that.
True, I did.
And I was able to merge with you, so there's that.
I don't know how well acquainted you are with, like, I don't know what they are, like keepers of fate or something. People that are like pulling at the strings on all of us. Well, we did some bad stuff, got in their bad books, and now we're like dead, but not dead because we have an opportunity to fix our mistakes. So I don't know how that plays into your whole thing.
You know what? I take it back. This almost sounds exactly what you and what your dad and his friends were going through.
Oh, really?
In a way. I mean, they weren't dead, but they were definitely in a really messed up situation.
You know, he did kind of want me to follow in his footsteps, so...
Well, congratulations, kid. You inherited the family business.
Unexpected, but not unwelcome.
Just, did he by chance tell you how I work?
He told me that you're powered by something very rare and very valuable.
Rare, I don't know. Valuable, yes. I'm powered by souls.
Oh.
Right now, I'm in my weakest state, but you feed me some souls, I can start growing. When I grow, you grow. It's a bit of a symbiotic relationship.
Wait, feed you some, you eat them?
Eat them, destroy them, yes.
Oh.
I mean, look at it this way. When you kill something, its soul is just lingering there for a little bit. Just walk on up, pop me into them, I'll consume the soul, and that's that.
Is it like any kind of soul, or like do you only eat like the most pure people or the evilest people?
Soul's a soul.
Oh.
It's gotta be sentient. Don't be... I don't want you sticking me in rats or crabs or anything like that. I want intelligent beings.
All right,
Okay.
well, I'm safe then. We're good.
Stabs the beard.
Angry beard noises.
I'm not entirely averse to that. We'll see what we can do.
Well, might want to get back to talking to your friends here. They're kind of like giving you weird looks.
Oh, right. I guess this is all in my mind, our mind. How should I? In my mind. That makes it easier.
Guys, I think Sharon is having a stroke. I
Yeah,
think we need to get her medical help right away.
put him in the coffin.
We don't want to kill our friend. We can't put him in the coffin.
Malls
Putting people in
gifting
the coffin
5
doesn't kill
tier
people.
1 subs.
Look at Malls go!
Yeah. Look at Malls go.
Whoa.
Love you, Malls. don't forget to choose what thing you get off the. I don't know how much they cost. I don't know, but I think it costs points and stuff like that. So I think we can do the.
It's
The gift
25.
thing.
I think it's 25, isn't it, for 5 gifted?
I don't know how much a sub is now.
Oh, I might help if I can spell.
No, it's almost 30 now. Okay, well, Malls,
So
you've got $30 dues you could spend off the extra life sheet over here.
There's the extra life sheet. So pick how you want to spend. Let Rojan know.
But thank you very much, Malls.
We appreciate you. I think Sharon needs help. I think we need to get her to a healer or something.
Hey,
She's-
I'm okay. I'm okay now.
You were staring off into space in a few minutes after some strange voice came out of your mouth.
Sorry, I was thinking about everything that happened. It's all okay now.
Was it all too
false
much? Is your
alarm.
mind breaking?
Well, that's a subjective question. But I think it's okay for now. There is probably some things that I should tell you guys, but not here out in a public, very open space. But right now, everything's okay.
Are you sure?
I'm as sure as somebody can be in this particular scenario.
Grim makes a sad noise as he closes the coffin.
We weren't putting her in the coffin anyway. We wouldn't put you in the coffin, Sharon.
You did have an expression on your face similar to that of someone who has been hit with unfortunate levels of poison.
Well, for a second there, I did think my insides were liquefying, but it turns out they're not. So
There isn't
it's
poison
okay.
for that.
I will try to avoid it.
Are you sure? Maybe we should get the room and take her back to the room so she can rest.
That healing really helped. I'm feeling a bit better now. We have a job to do, and I think we should continue as planned.
Well, that's right. We were doing something, not just shopping today, weren't we?
Yeah, we're gonna track down the prince, right?
That's right. I did not get distracted. I knew that's what we were doing the whole time.
Yeah.
I totally get distracted by just a random crazy chaos magic shot.
Yeah, it's fine. You know, Snow didn't age back 30 years and is a little easily distracted now.
Just a wee bab.
She's only 20 now. Can't drink no more. Just kidding.
I once again say a wee bab.
Yes. Did we need to do any other shopping? There's a whole nother level of actual shops upstairs. They look pretty good.
Grim grumbles something about onyxes in his beard.
Well, we can go up and see if we can find a shop.
Also
Okay.
something about getting the coffin enchanted.
That's right. That was on our list today. That was something that we wanted to get done while we're here.
But why don't we head up a level? It was one level up for the shops, right? Was it one level below? I think it was one level up.
I think so.
So let's head up a level and we can start visiting some of the shops.
Yeah.
I just saw what Zoro sent me.
Oh. I'm more concerned about what Maul said. I know where that all success is going, and that makes me uncomfortable.
I love it. Add to the chaos.
Do you know where that auto success is going?
You.
No, I know it's going to me, but do you know where I'm putting it?
It's gonna involve the trot, I can tell you that.
Nah, I wouldn't use an auto success for Citron. That's a bit of overkill. Even for me. That boy doesn't need an auto success. He is a walking auto success.
Fair.
Is Zoro here?
Kind of, yes.
Okay. Would you like to do your card draw?
Oh, I suppose. Yes.
Very much like an if you insist.
If you insist.
So, what deck would you like? As this is for Zoro's birthday.
You turned 21.
No, I
Again.
say it's my sweet 16. I turned 21 16 times. For the 16th time.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, you turned 20. Okay, yeah, never mind. I'm adding.
I've
now.
been
I figured
21
out how
for
you
the
math that.
16th time. There we go.
Yeah.
See, I can kind of.
I started
Yeah.
multiplying instead of adding.
My eyes not twitching at all.
I
mine
didn't
is
do
lovely.
21 times 16 and went, you were how?
No.
Zora is an elf.
Yeah. You know what? We still have not fully explored. Well, we haven't really done a lot of 2 and 3, let's be honest. Yes, we will do let's go ahead and do 3.
3, okay. And what card from deck 3 would you like?
11 from the bottom.
So just smack dab in the middle.
Yes.
I had to sit there and it's like, wait, there's 22 cards.
Don't hurt your brain because it hurts mine.
Look, my brain already hurts.
Fair.
Hurting is default setting. Oh, I dare.
What is this one? I think this has been drawn before. I feel sorry for everybody. As a little card kind of falls from the sky and just lands on top of Niall's head.
Oh my, presents from the sky. What's this?
And now when you turn it over, you see just this card has a visage of a very judgmental looking beholder on it, as you have drawn the aberration card.
Oh.
And the reason I apologize to everyone is, Niall, you now gain telepathy within a range of 90 feet.
Oh no.
Oh my. Vanica just got this.
Yep.
Dang it. Oh. She just smiles and like I'm just gonna roll real quick. Let's see here. Okay, just suddenly in Callista's head, you just hear in your head. I'm in your head. Chaos, explosions, going boom, boom. Hi. I want cottage cheese. Let's go.
I'm sorry, in whose head?
This is all in Cal's
Everyone
head.
and Cal.
As the world is now no longer safe. Niall's gonna be the worst alarm clock ever. Yes, Rosa, that's exactly it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank fuck for psionic resistance.
Well, now she could, instead of just shouting her plan, she could just go in your head and go, hey, hey, move 10 feet out of the way. Things are going to go boom. This is your only warning.
Worst
It will work
early
well for
warning
her.
system ever.
And then she screams boom, realizing it's still in your head and goes, oh, sorry. Boom.
The voices are loud today.
Yes. And then Niall will turn to look at Sharon and go, in your head, you go, do you have more voices in your head? Hello, hello, hello.
And you'll hear a response in your head, because Sharon does have the Psionic Mind Dragonborn perk. Yeah, I've got a few extra ones today.
Yeah, hi, I'm Agron.
Oh,
Oh dear.
do you have a best friend named Aggression? Oh, we could be besties.
I'm starting to think maybe that's your name.
No, I'm Nile. You know, like annihilate. Hello.
That kind of goes hand in hand with aggression, though.
I mean, well, yes, that's why I said we're gonna be besties.
I
Come on,
suppose.
keep up. This is what I meant.
Sorry, I've been going through a lot the last like 5 minutes.
Do you know what's really funny? You're kind of staring off into the distance again. Your eyes are getting just a little wider. It's kind of funny.
Oh,
Still slightly freaking out, thinking she's having another moment. Something seriously wrong with Sharon.
there's a whole lot going on. Now, I didn't know you could speak to I can't even use words right now. Telepathically. I didn't know you were capable of that.
Oh, neither did I. But there's lots of things I'm discovering about myself.
This is gonna be an interesting ride.
It's gonna be.
As you all haven't taken probably about 5 steps out of Ibimi's as all of this is taking place.
I do have a bit of a very small to-do list because I remember you wanted me to do Bimmies first, so I'd probably
Yep, yep.
be tagging along with Grim. So we got one more stop before we go see the prince.
That's okay. We're all heading
Two
up to the
technically,
shopping
but
level
yes.
anyway.
Yep. So the two of you need to go to the magic shop, or a magic shop, right?
Okay.
That and I need to buy some gemstones, but yes.
Okay. So you go up from the second floor here, looking specifically for somebody that's able to enchant your coffin. And thankfully enough, there is definitely a shop here that seems to specialize in item enchanting and the sort. As you could see as you're walking along the third floor is this quaint little shop tucked away on the far end of the row that you currently are on, with a couple flying little books and a couple children's stuffed animals seemingly like running in and out of the shop chasing one another. You've got a tea kettle that seems to be constantly heating itself up and pouring into a cup, and the cup just spills it on the floor and it just goes and repeat.
We're definitely looking at that very interested, like, ooh, perpetual tea.
So are you going in or?
Oh yeah, 100%. Let's go.
Okay. And you walk in and it looks like a little quaint tea shop. Though all the tables seem to be filled by mannequins that have been given life, and they're just sitting there and sort of mock drinking tea as there's nothing in the cup, but they seem to be holding a conversation with one another, but as they have no mouth, they can't speak. So it's just a lot of hand gestures and drinking and eating air cookies. But as you sort of walk through here, the shopkeep is just sort of nestled in the back on like a little swinging hammock with a book in one hand, a book in another, and then a mechanical arm holding another book in front of them, as they seem to just be going between the pages. A quaint little individual. not necessarily human, not necessarily made of flesh, as they seem to be almost a marionette given life.
Mhm. Well,
Well,
I mean, we'd look around and see if there is an actual shopkeeper, or if this animated marionette is the only sign of life in the in the store.
and you look around and it seems to be the only one there aside from the other semi-enchanted mannequins, though it doesn't seem to be paying attention, or it doesn't seem to notice you, as it's just caught between reading 3 different books.
So we'd probably, well, as loud as the mumbling beard will do, we'll grunt something to the effect of, "Excuse me, is there a shopkeeper here?"
Yeah, I guess that's what you can call me. What do you need? Still eyes focused on the books.
I am in need of enchantments and gemstones.
Enchantment and gemstones. Well, that's not the weirdest thing I've been asked today. What am I enchanting and what kind of gemstones you need?
Well, first the enchantment. You'll drop the fairly heavy coffin on the floor. As you know, it's lined right with metal on the edges, like we said, since it is also doubling as a shield, the +1 shield, as we had talked about. Um, but yeah, we do drop the coffin in front of it on the floor and say, "This is what I need enchanted."
It kind of folds one book and sets it in its lap, and it reaches out and pulls out its eye and kind of just tosses it over onto the countertop. As it hits and rolls a little bit, the eye sprouts arms and legs and starts walking over and inspecting your shield.
Yes, I would like an enchantment of holding on this coffin, please.
Of holding.
Yes.
Well, it's a box, doesn't it hold things already?
Yes, I needed to hold more things. You know, like the bags of holding. I need a coffin of holding.
Oh. Haven't really done that
Probably
before,
still
but
not the weirdest thing you heard today.
not the weirdest thing I've heard this morning. Definitely can do it. I mean, that's a minor enchantment right there. What are you planning on sticking inside of it? You know you can't put live beings in it, right?
Obviously not live beings. Please, what do you take me for? Some barbarian?
Look, the kind of people that walk through this tower on a daily basis, I've learned to question everything before agreeing to giving anyone an enchantment.
And a safe precaution, that is, but no, I am a cleric of the grave. I do not intend to stick living beings anywhere they do not belong.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure. You know, some people don't know you shouldn't put living things in anything of holding.
They don't come out too well.
No, sometimes they don't even come out at all until much later when they've attuned to the plane, and well, then you just have an interesting individual that's really hard to put down.
Yeah, bags of horrors, not interested, thank you.
Nah, you ever see them walk through the bags?
Through, no.
They treat the bags as gateways to different areas. They can go from one bag to another. That's why we say don't put living things inside of it, because they just acclimate.
I'll pass on the living things, don't worry.
Well, just a warning, I don't care what you stick in there. But, and what kind of gemstones do you need and what for?
I need some onyxes.
Okay, how many onyx do you need?
As many as I can purchase with what's left of these, as he'll show the gemstones he has money-wise. Sort of an exchange, if that's all the same. I'd need them to be, well, big enough to be worth 100 gold each. So none of the tiny ones worth 35, if you don't mind. Those are useless.
100 each, and how much gold are you putting, or the gems that you are putting on the table, how much
Let
are they
me
worth?
check. I have them here. I have 15, I think it's 15 gems worth 250 gold each. I spent one, I believe, so it might be 14, because I did spend one, I believe, last session for the weird bone finger at Bimi's.
Yep.
Which I believe cost me, was it 100?
It was about 100.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, so I got 14 gems and then 150 Gs on top of that then.
Okay, so the 14 gems will come up to 3,500 gold.
I believe so, yes.
I just used my calculator.
Yeah. So if
Um,
that's all the same, then I'll buy 30 of them and keep me a little bit of money on the side, depending on how much you want for the enchantment. Actually, that's also going to be kind of important.
Well, I'll tell you what. The enchantment here is going to run you 1,200. You know.
Okay.
And then I'll take one of these gems as cost for conversion, and then I can change over the other ones to. You said you need them to be worth about the size of 100 each.
Correct.
I could do that.
So this I am still a dwarf. Give me a minute, because you asking to take one of the gemstones for conversion. I mean, look, I am buying in bulk, and you're asking for a conversion fee.
You're not technically buying, I'm converting them.
I'm talking about the onyxes.
So am I. For example, as the eye walks over and it kind of just like places one of its little stick arms and hands onto the one of the gems, you see it like begin to like convulse as it melts down, and then it splits into two 100 gold onyx.
There's a 50 gold value difference there.
Yes, well, that's eaten up in the conversion.
And you want to keep a gem on top of that? Come on now, you're bleeding me.
I don't get paid for the things that get eaten when converting.
Give me a minute then. Fine, here's the deal. I'll give you one gem, and I'll ask you to please convert. And he starts doing a bit of mental math here. You know what? Convert 6 of them. I believe I should be able to afford all that.
Okay.
Just doing the math real
Well,
quick. Well,
it will be 5 gems for the enchantment on your thing, on your shield.
Okay, cool. Yeah, exactly. So
And then you'll get
2 gems,
you'll
150 gold, and you get everything else.
Yep.
Okay, that's fine. Call it a deal.
Perfect. Take it you need the shield right away.
As fast as, well, marionetely possible. Avatarly possible. Substitutely possible.
Right. All right, give me a moment. He kind of like hops down and sets his books over. Okay, it reaches down. He picks up like this strange hose and he attaches it to it. Like takes off one of his hands and attaches the hose onto it. I was like, okay, this is gonna get a little disgusting. You may want to stand back, but open the coffin.
He'll open the coffin and stand
And as
back.
soon as you do, he begins to spray like this very putrid smelling black liquid into the inside of the coffin,
Your ancestors forgive them.
covering just like the entirety of like the inside lip of the coffin itself. And then he takes and he lights a match and he throws the match into it, and there's just like a gout of flame for just a brief moment. And as you look in, there's now just this deep expanse of nothingness in front of you.
That sounds about right.
Just a heads up, you know those things I told you about?
Yes.
Yeah, keep this shut when you're not using it, because this is just a very open doorway for them.
Understood. And as soon as you say that, he'll shut the lid, obviously.
And you shut the lid and feels a bit lighter.
Well, I'm not going to complain. That makes it easier to travel with.
As he walks over and he picks up the eye, and the eye kind of like tucks his arms and legs back inside of itself, and he just pops it back into the plaster the plaster socket on his face. Not the plaster, but the porcelain socket. You need anything else, or was it just the holding and the gems?
I'm quite satisfied, I thank you.
Perfect.
You can see the beard kind of like shimmers a little bit as he walks away, quite happy.
Jinx, not Jinx, Niall. Legally distinct Jinx.
There we go. That's the
How
one.
dare you?
Are you there with the beard?
Yes. She rolls out a list that rolls all the way down. She goes, I need a bag of holding and a bag of colding, and apparently I don't need a book anymore. That's it. She turns it around. It's just like little tiny text. Big
Kind of
scroll.
like looks at it. It's like, I kind of hate you for wasting that much paper.
When I well, hold up. She scrolls up to the bottom. She's like, look, there's a doodle at the bottom.
That doesn't make it better. Bag of holding and bag of colding.
Yes.
And what exactly do you need a colding bag for?
Because I have a precious baby that needs food that will preserve. Not be gross. I do not feed my child
The gods,
disgusting food.
the gods let you become a mother. That is a cruel
Yes.
joke. That is
I
a
know, isn't it
cruel
great?
joke.
And I'm the punchline.
He goes, give me a moment. He kind of hops down, and you hear him like digging through like some sort of like box, just like throwing things all over the place. He comes back up. He just puts like two like burlap bags in front of you. All right, holding, colding, 1,200 each.
Perfect. As I will look like, as I can't go anywhere without a bag of holding. I am a hoarder. Poor.
Yeah, I mean, where else are you gonna put all the potions?
Exactly, which is why I was gonna say follow-up potions.
Kind of looks at you and like, not here. Go
It's
talk.
the apothecary then.
Talk to an apothecary. Oh, better yet. Talk to my friend Smitty. Down a ways,
Smitty.
other end of this walkway.
Smitty. Got it.
Crazy looking guy, but he's an apothecary, an alchemist, whatever you want to call him. He's got the fun stuff.
Perfect.
Just so you don't waste your time, can you also add in one more bag of holding? I have a lot of papers to carry around. And I not very strong.
You want a bag of holding or a book of holding?
There's a book of holding?
Yeah, it only holds paper, but...
No, I want the full bag. I have other things too.
Oh, okay. No, he kind of
I
jumps
I
down and
don't-
throws another bag up onto the countertop. 1,200.
Okay. I'm not very strong. I don't want to carry all this stuff. Wizard problems.
Wizard problems. Crap strength, needing to carry a library with him.
Why you guys gotta put this out there?
Precisely.
He's got a whole shelf of little backpacks, doesn't he?
What, the bags holding?
I believe he's enchanting the bags right now. Maybe, I don't know.
I mean, he just kind of just goes back there and like sticks the hose in a bag and just fills up the bag with that black goo and just throws it back up onto the countertop.
That's scary, creepy.
Hey, DIY bag of holding.
I love it.
Yeah.
How do you think the artificers do it? It's the same thing. They just have a paintbrush and they paint inside their bag with the goo. I don't know. It sounds like some Minecraft shit, honestly.
Whatever, artificer shit.
Are we going to the nether? Build your blocks, toss out light on fire.
Don't light a bag of holding on fire. That seems like a poor choice.
Not just the goo.
Wait,
Make a
wait.
whole bag.
If you have a book of holding, do you have a bomb of holding? Sorry, holding of
that?
bombs?
A holding of bombs?
Yeah.
Can't say I do. I mean, you could stick your
Yeah.
bombs in your bag.
I suppose. All right. You're no fun.
He kind of just like stares at it. He's like, yeah, okay. Anyone else need anything, or am I good to go back to my books?
Thank you.
Considering we're all probably just waiting in the shop around at this point. It's like, would make carrying all the necessary supplies easier. I walk
If
up
you
the
don't want to
counter.
spend the money, you could put it in my bag.
Yeah,
Then it's also going to be
I
on me, and if you need it in a hurry, you don't have access to it.
Or in the
yeah.
coffin.
You don't happen to have any more of those bags, do you?
Kind of like looks over the shelf or looks over the counter and kind of, yeah, I got a few.
I'll take one of those if you have any left.
Yep, 1,200. He kind of jumps down. You can just hear him stick the hose in the bag again and kind of just fill it all up. Drop a little match into it and throw the bag up onto the countertop. The episode of holding.
I'm not going to ask about how that process works because I don't want to know.
It's definitely not the traditional way.
Is this safe?
I mean, is magic ever safe?
Depending who's wielding it, but not usually.
Anyone else need a bag? Or anything else before I sit back down?
I'm good
Once
for
again,
now, thanks.
Thank you.
Great. He sort of walks over and scoops up his books and clambers back into like his hammock. That's what it was called. That's what they're called. It gets back into the hammock and just pops the two books open and a little mechanical arm comes out holding a third one.
That eye of yours is really neat, by the way.
Thanks. Grew it myself.
Not gonna question that.
Yeah,
There's
it's
a lot of things that
probably-
you probably shouldn't ask.
probably good you don't. You probably wouldn't like the answer.
This shop seems a little on the eldritch side.
Not eldritch. I don't know. Placing souls in mannequins, is that eldritch or is that just simple possession?
It seems more like a hag kind of thing.
Not a hag. I'm not even human.
Oh, I think we figured that one out.
More of a cursed doll, if you think.
Sean, isn't it rude to ask people about their race?
Is it?
I was always told it was rude.
Look, I always find it funny when people come in here because nobody ever asks me what the hell's wrong with me. They just like, oh, it's
rude.
a talking mannequin that's giving me stuff. Okay.
I mean, I suppose it's rude to ask those kinds of things when, you're asking a flesh person, but that's not a flesh person. That's a animated
So he kind of
construct.
nods,
Sir,
just
how would you?
boxes his hands like, yeah, 100% porcelain.
Sean, wouldn't you be upset if someone every day asked you about what you were? If you were running a shop and then everyone came in here and they just asked you what you were before they bought things?
Look,
I
I mean,
put up a sign that says not to ask.
to be fair, I much rather be asked what I am than what my name is. I don't know what is up with all of you coming into my shop, but the first thing you ask me is, what is my name? Does it
Well,
matter?
what to call you?
Call me Shopkeep.
So I do want to know what the name of your shop is.
It's called Formalities.
He's like, there's no name on the shop. It's just here.
The Marionette Shop.
No.
It will
doesn't name it
cause
other she will.
confusion, and I'm here for it.
I mean, it was supposed to be
Marionette Shop.
a tea shop, but the owner sort of mysteriously died after signing the deed, and well, here I am.
That's disturbing.
Told you.
How did they? They signed the piece of paper and just ended up dead immediately?
I don't know if
Fell
they're
over
dead.
in their chair?
I don't know. They're dead. They just ceased to exist.
Did they sign it without reading it?
Knowing the people of this town, most definitely. Nobody
checks
reads
out.
the fine print.
Did you come to exist in that moment, or did you exist before they signed the paper?
Getting really personal with the questions now, don't you think?
I'm sorry. I just was curious if maybe they disappeared and you came into being at the same time. 'Cause
If
maybe
you
watched
are trying to make the connection that I am the unfortunate owner, you are way off.
Okay,
I'm more of a squatter.
that's fair.
I mean, I guess it's better than this place sitting empty.
True.
Well, I think we won't take up any more of your time,
Thank you. You've taken up plenty.
sir or madam, and we will be on our way.
Yep.
Thank you, Sir Dam.
Kind of just like waves with a book and just keeps reading.
When we leave, if there's any kind of placard above the door, anything that's sitting blank, hell, Snow would pick out a piece of paper and write on it with her quill, because her quill, and she'll put on there, it'll say, Marionette's tea and other curiosities, and she'll put it up as a sign.
Okay. And you just graffiti on the sign and walk away.
Can only use named locations as fast travel points. Come on.
Yeah, come on, Rojan. Get the program here.
I didn't know you guys had
Ever
fast.
played Skyrim.
I didn't know you had fast travel unlocked.
We will
Soon,
one day.
Tia.
I mean, if
We have to
we
prepare
spend
for it.
enough time inside the coffin of holding, technically.
The coffin at this point is just going to eventually turn into the TARDIS. Just everything's going to be in there.
Look.
All right, with that, Niall's going to go down and see Schmitty for the
Schmitty.
last portion of her supplies.
Where the hell are my playlists? Why am I given every playlist? Like, I'm trying to find the playlist in Sirenscape that we have, and it's just I'm given like every playlist that they have in alphabetical order, and I don't know why. I didn't ask for that. There you go. So you walk down to Smitty's, and much unlike the shop that you just came from, there is a placard. There's even windows. It looks like a legitimate business. Though, as you look inside, it is like lined from front to back on both walls with nothing but constantly bubbling cauldrons. And in the center of the shop is a strange looking old man, sitting like almost in a meditative state, almost skin and bones. The more that you look at him, and the more that he almost looks dried out, like a corpse who has been sitting in the sun for too long. Almost like ropey like hair sort of like descending from his scalp, though like you can see places where just like patches of hair that have been either pulled out or have fallen out in the time that he sat here, as like just like hair and what looks to be like skin flakes or whatever are just like all around him in the, like just this circle that he's sitting in.
Hello, Smitty. We've come for supplies.
You come for supplies, and that voice.
Look, at the last shop I was called weird. I thought I'd switch it up.
Like a spirit sort of like just zips up out of the body of this old man.
Oh, I killed him with my voice, guys.
You didn't kill
better.
me with your voice. I've been dead for a couple years.
That's what the smell was. You're looking good. You're looking really good.
Look, you came to lie to me. Don't waste your time.
No, really, like you're not even like a skeleton or super decayed, like melting off the bones. I'm being legit here.
No, that's because I'm going through a lichdom process right now, and well, it takes some time.
Oh, the cocoon phase. Gotcha.
He kind of pauses for a minute. He's like, you know, I've never even thought about it like that way. I think technically this is a cocoon phase.
Mm-hmm. I would think so.
So while I'm in my cocoon, can I do something for you?
Do you have potions?
As he just gets a very
Any kind.
blank look on his face and just like looks around the shop.
Niall, all those cauldrons, they're definitely soup. Don't touch them.
I knew it.
Yes, I most definitely have at least 1 or 2 potions.
So I'm here for the health kind, but I am very much open to other things. But let's start with the health first.
Well, I most definitely have potions that will allow you to regain your health, your vigor, your blood, heal wounds, all that sort of fun stuff. Though they're not the conventional, like, drink a potion, feel better kind of thing.
Like drink a potion, feel bad, or drink a potion, have diarrhea. Like what are we talking about here?
It depends on the person who drinks the potion. I mean, you'll get your health back. You'll feel right as rain. It's just sometimes the potions make you do something for the healing effect. Sometimes they have a permanent change to them. And sometimes you just drink them and the effect takes place right away.
Almost like wild.
Interesting. How many of those you got?
That's all I got.
No, like how many do you have of them though?
How many you looking to buy?
Yes.
That's my answer as well.
Ooh.
Laura's over here like, how many can I afford?
Playing hard to. Well, yeah. How much do they cost first? Because I got a math.
Do you though?
You're looking for just health potions here?
Yes.
Okay, well, my potions come in 3 different flavors. Small.
Oh, do you have bubblegum?
I can make it taste like bubblegum. Small, medium, and all at once.
Small, medium. I mean, those are more sizes than flavors, but you know, I'll roll with it. I was kind of hoping he'd say like fireball.
Grim's gonna
Like-
kind of walk up next to Niall and kind of do the almost childlike thing where you're kind of pulling on the clothing just to kind of get mom's attention type of thing for half a sec. And he'll mumble under his beard, "Wouldn't trust it from a lich."
Well, when you want to carry dead bodies in your coffin, how different are you? And
I
scratches
don't-
your beard.
I don't mess with the living. Ugh.
He goes, well,
I kind of mess with everything. I don't discriminate.
potion sizes here. Small, kind of like your average, everyday, run-of-the-mill potions. Gonna heal you up that way. Medium's got a little bit of more kick. All at once will turn you back to 100% right then and there.
You know, I
Sounds like
I
the
wouldn't mind dabbling a little bit of small and medium, to be honest.
Well,
That last one is a little terrifying, honestly. Usually magic like that comes at that price.
yeah, 1,500 apiece.
I meant the price when you drink it.
Well, I mean, that depends on the flavor you choose. I mean, you know, if you
So
don't,
bubblegum.
I can make it taste like bubble gum.
Good same flavor. What do you mean? Never mind.
Like, well, like I said, the big ones, 1,500 a pop. But that will make you right as rain no matter what's wrong with you. Aside from being dead, you can't really, you know, heal the dead.
So is you.
Unless you want the potion that allows you to bring somebody back from the dead.
Not necessary.
Eh,
Like
Just
a
saying.
potion of revivify? Or is it a different type of bringing you back from the dead?
as he kind of like points over to like one of the shelves on the wall, and you see like this small decanter of this just like bright glowing green liquid. It's like that. Guaranteed that if you put a drop on anything that's dead, it'll come back to life.
But is it the way we want them to come back to life?
Who knows? Nobody's been brave enough to test it yet.
I'm still good with just the two.
Just the two?
Type.
All right.
2 types.
Small,
2 times.
Small's 150, medium's 300.
I need to math. Give me a second.
Go gadget
350?
calculator.
Okay, maybe
Or
I
you
should
can just
have-
tell me what you want and I'll math it for you.
I'm thinking. Hold on.
You can see the steams coming out of your ears.
150. You know, I like the smell of bacon. What if I get greedy and do 10? have to be a little less creepy. Let's see here. Yes. Okay, this can work. And I'll still have money left over. Okay. 7 small and 3 of the mediums.
Perfect. Do you want them the basic flavor, or do you want them spruced up a bit?
Oh, I say for the mediums. Can you make them fireball flavor? No, I don't mean the spell. No, I mean like the cinnamon, like, you know, that flavor.
Yeah.
I love this. Okay, yeah, so fireball flavor, because I want that thing to have a kick.
All right.
Let's see.
Little kick for the mediums. As you see that he kind of just like waves his hand, and a couple of the cauldrons start to bubble as liquid sort of begins to flow on out of them and pour down into different funnels into 3 of the medium-sized bottles.
Perfect. And you know what? Just because I'm a little shitter. For the small ones, can I have them be black licorice flavored?
Yep.
Yes.
You mean the best licorice?
Yes. IRL, I actually really do like black licorice.
IRL,
Black licorice is amazing.
IRL, I absolutely love black licorice.
Not a lot of people do. I love it. You guys are my people. So yes, black licorice, please. I could be really crazy and have it taste like pineapple pizza. So how much a lot of people hate that shit.
Drink a pineapple pizza healing potion.
Niall would do it. But no black licorice. We'll make it easy.
Pineapple pizza healing potion. It's got bits of pepperoni in it.
I love it. All right. A pleasure. Enjoy your cocoon phase.
Yep, just got another year or so and I'm done.
Ooh, still cooking. Nice.
I have lots of questions about this. I don't think now's the time to ask. Just very curious what happens. Can we come back in a year? Would you be okay if we watched you come out of your cocoon? It would be so interesting.
It's technically not me coming out of a cocoon. It's more me finalizing the process of this, as he points to like his spirit going into something to form a phylactery, and then, well...
Oh, then you probably don't want us watching. That's fair. That's very private.
Yeah, it's tend to be something you don't want to share with people.
Understandable. It would have just been very cool to witness. You'll have to find someone up closer with the Everside Village. I could see them do it. For notes.
Quick, one of you wizards turn into a lich.
Like, I am the wizard. Shit.
Today has been a pretty stark reminder of my mortality, so I think I will take 4 small potions as well, if you don't mind.
You want them any flavor, or you just want basic?
Just basic for now, I think.
Oh, come on, Sean, have some fun with it. With the flavor. What is your favorite flavor?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm surprised Zorro didn't ask for pumpkin spice.
Right.
Oh, different character. God damn it, missed opportunity. I went with chaos flavors. Well, then I would drink them all. I can't have that, Rojan.
Pumpkin spice a day.
Keeps the Zorro away.
Does it?
That
makes her come.
It's the exact opposite.
It draws her in.
Exact opposite. Yeah, pumpkin spice definitely would be for Ash. Yeah, that is 100% true. I saw you smirk, Fox. You know it's true.
I'm right there with you. Pumpkin spice is amazing.
Identify your most basic character.
My little smut vamp. She doesn't have Ugg boots, but she does have boots with the fur.
Come on, you could even get it bacon flavored.
Bacon is amazing, but I don't know if I want to drink bacon.
That's true. It's not the same without the crunch.
No, I've heard the bacon flavor kind of puts people off because it almost feels like you're drinking bacon grease.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But he just brings the 4 potions to you. Now, please mark these potions as Smitty healing potions, not just basic healing potions.
So I'm gonna reword my potion of healing small black licorice to potion of Smitty healing.
Maybe potion of healing?
Actually, I should do small potion of Smitty healing. There we go.
And
So
how much
Charon's
were the
living on
small
the
ones
edge
again?
with 4 small.
150 each for the small.
Thank you. Well, no, I think I will also take one of the small bubblegum.
Bubblegum. See, does this thing, and then you've got these 4 like bright pink potions in front of you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much.
Does it just look like Pepto-Bismol? Is that just what
Yes.
it looks like?
Pretty much, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what
it,
tastes
like-
too.
It full on looks like Pepto.
Ew.
Hey, listen, as somebody well over 30, I love Pepto.
I don't like the
It
taste
tastes
of
like
it.
medicine.
As someone who's also over 30? No, thank you. Doesn't agree with me. But yeah, I think that is it. That was pretty much all that was on my list. I just had to get those kind of 3 things, and then yeah, that's it.
Okay.
So the small healing potions would heal for what then?
We don't,
don't know
know.
yet.
You don't know.
We don't know.
Don't
Okay.
know. In my brain, I'm thinking basic healing, but it's anything but.
You would be
let's honest.
correct. It is basic healing.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
But
I'm
it's
just sitting here
basic
thinking, like-
healing with extra fun.
You put a healing potion in front of a wizard, and wizard's gonna go, I hurt all the time. Give me healing potion.
Healing potions are just wizard ibuprofen.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm there with you as well. I forgot how low Charon's max HP was, so
Yeah.
potions are a
Your character who
necessity right
does?
now.
Yeah.
Alora's going to take this all in, and she is going to ask for 1 medium cherry flavored potion.
Really tastes like medicine.
Okay, now I'm just thinking you're getting cherry flavored NyQuil at this point.
Yep.
Right.
Okay. Yep. So you can go ahead and buy the cherry flavored potion.
And that is how much for the medium again?
300.
300. Okay, so I'll fork over 1 gem and 50 gold.
How much did you say the bring someone back potion was? I'm just really curious.
Oh, I didn't. Don't have a price on it yet because I haven't been able to field test it. Looking for volunteers though.
How would one field test it?
Well,
Just carry it around with me, and if I use it, to let you know.
yep. Use it on a dead thing, record the notes.
Sure, I'll take it with us if you want us. I just send the note here, right?
Send the note here or bring it to me when you're done.
Can't guarantee we'll be in the area.
Get it to me when you can.
Okay.
You kind of brings over this just like raises his hand and the bottle levitates over to you, and you see it's like in this just Has anyone seen the weird crystal skull decanters?
Oh my god,
Yes,
yes.
I
Yes,
love it.
obviously.
Fucking love that movie.
It looks like that, but it's just filled with this eerily greenish yellow liquid that's sort of giving off almost like an irradiated glow to it.
Oh hell.
Oh, I love it. Write its description down.
And that brings people back? Because it looks like it kills people.
But it is
It's-
untested.
Yep, just like that.
Fair.
So I have to tell you, 1 drop. Do not put more on it. Just 1 drop on them. That's all you need.
Okay. Just 1 drop. Do you want me to put it in a little vial, or does it need to stay in this thing?
So he kind of points to the little cap that's on it. It's there's a little dropper that's attached to it.
Oh, so I take
Just-
the whole thing with me.
You're taking the whole thing with you, yeah.
Okay. It can go in a bag of holding, right? It's not going to explode if I try and put it in there.
It's not living, so yeah.
Okay. Yeah, some magical items don't mix. I've seen it.
Could raise an army with that.
I'm just gonna drop it in that bag of holding, so it looks way too big to freaking carry.
It's about the size of a human skull.
Yeah, that's big to snow.
Please tell me it's not called Yorick.
No, but that's an excellent name for a brand of alcohol.
Yeah. That comes in like a skull
So
cup. Yeah.
that decanter, right? Yeah.
Kind of smiles, just I look forward to hearing exactly what happens when you use that.
I will make sure I write down a detailed description for you. And she brings out her little notebook and she's writing down where to send the letter to and all that stuff.
Smitty the Lich, P.O. Box.
That's probably what she is writing down. Probably shouldn't put Lich on the letter though. People get testy about that.
Yeah.
Well, any good magic, you have to test it first, and before making anything awesome, you sometimes have some trial runs.
Forgot to have a random Neopets trading card in my notebook to hold the spot for the notes for campaign 3.
I have something similar in one of my notebooks, but it's a Digimon trading card.
It's I was looking for just a bookmark or something, and I just found the little bubble gun Neopets trading card from the trading card game that was a thing.
That is awesome.
And I'm yeah, sure, okay.
All right,
But
so
I
I'm
don't
going
know
to start
why
with
it's on my desk.
Smitty Potion of Revivify ?
It's a good name.
Okay.
A potion of revivify?
That's how her brain interprets what's happening with this. Little do we know, this is how the Lich is getting his souls.
Oh, no.
Oops.
Well, I mean, this has been very pleasant. I hope we'll get to return again soon.
I'll be here.
For
Like
the
I
next
said.
year.
Yeah, just because I finished the process doesn't mean I'm going to abandon the shop.
And the people around here they're not going to lose their mind? Or do they not understand what's happening?
I haven't really told them what's going on. They just think I'm a spirit that inhabits a body.
Okay. I mean, that's not entirely wrong.
Look,
I hope
they don't ask too many questions. I give them special flavored potions, and I'm everyone's friend.
that is fair. Everyone wants a friend who gets special flavored potions.
All right. So I think what we're going to do before we move on into you guys finally going to find this prince after a couple extensive shopping episodes. We're gonna go ahead, get up, stretch our legs, take a short break.
I mean, look, one does not exclude the other.
I was just
You
like,
not mutual
it's like
use of items.
take a shit break. I'm like, okay, well, I guess people could do that.
It's possible.
We are going to take a short break, and we will be right back.
full volume, dogs barking, and it's
And-
like, oh my god.
We are back.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Is it time to go find the prince?
I mean, unless there's
Finally?
any other weird shopping you need to do.
Don't
I mean,
encourage
if you
them.
want us, we could.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a bag full of gems still, but
Yes, I do.
we do have a job to do.
We got to save those
Yeah, I'm
for
good.
after.
I'm good having change for later.
I need those for spells after we level some more. But I can cast more powerful magic. I need to buy more magic.
I've already got an Agrin and essence of a planet eater trapped in a pendant, so I think I'm good for now.
You have
There
an
you go.
essence of a planet eater trapped in a pendant. What was that?
That
Things.
was the questionable item that Bimmy gave me. I don't know what it does
Oh,
exactly, but I did use it as a spellcasting focus once, and it like super powered my spell. And I have to keep track of how many destructive spells that I cast through it.
Yep, that's it. I was like, wait, World Eater, what? I haven't introduced her yet.
Would there
mean-
be, as we go out of the shop, would there be any little places like bakeries or little pop-up shops that would have muffins and things?
Not on this floor.
Oh, pity. Okay.
I don't want a bakery that close to a lich.
I mean, Lich has to eat food.
Hey, look at
I don't think they do.
a lich baker would like have like hundreds of years of baking experience.
That's true.
It's still questionable.
Well, I think it's the next level up. That's the library where we find. Oh no, he's in the private suites above that, right?
I think so.
We could always just look through the library first and see if we find him. Not for any other reason.
Books.
What do you say? Books are the best.
But it depends on the book.
All books. They all contain knowledge of some sort.
Sure. I mean, you're not wrong by definition.
You're technically correct.
Yeah, I mean, we were told that the prince often studies in the library, so it might be worth it to pass through the library on our way up.
It is on the ways of.
You just see Sparkle shine in Snow's eyes. She got the anime eyes are sparkling. Library?
Do we actually have a description of what the prince looks like?
We have his name, and we were told about his family. I think we were told what race he is. To find where I put that in my notes.
Yeah, I've got that he hangs out in the Gnarled Tower, and that sometimes he has to be revived by clerics.
Oh shit, guys. You know what we just messed up on?
Hmm.
My notes here about what happens to us since we were technically dead is we can't heal with potions.
But we
I mean,
have them
these are
and that's
special
what
potions,
matters.
so they might work.
from a
Maybe.
lich.
And healing magic is half as effective.
I mean, potions still work for Alora.
Okay.
True.
Maybe they were pulling our leg. Like the whole having to bury ourselves.
Potions still work for Aurora.
You're not
Well-
technically dead.
Yeah,
But-
she's
but
the only one that's
Aurora-
not dead.
Yeah, she's not the one.
Right.
She's the only one that they actually possibly work on. The rest of us, they don't work on because she cut all of our strings. She couldn't cut her own string.
Yeah.
You'll
We all
have
just bought a
to-
bunch of potions for Alora.
see what happens when we
Well.
drink these ones. Maybe the lich did something to him.
Maybe.
Oh, that's right. And to fully heal, we have to sleep in a grave.
But we also that might be them pulling our leg. We
True.
don't know.
I have to sleep in dirt. I've
You could
slept
lay
in
a
worse.
blanket down.
Okay, here's a section of my notes that have information on him.
Rules don't say that it can't be a cozy grave.
True.
Just fill a really deep bed frame with dirt.
There you go.
So that, pardon me, so that when I cast Healing Spirit on Charon, would that have just healed for half?
Only heals
Is
for
that-
half the total, yeah.
It still would
So-
have brought me to max.
Yeah, that would have only been 12 then.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
put
you're
this up
okay.
here.
Okay. Wow.
Which is why we have to go see the prince.
Yeah, the sooner we get back to normal, the better.
I mean,
The sooner we get
Us.
back to our respective normals, the better.
there we go.
What is
Snow,
life?
if
but
you
a
could-
temporary?
Drop those details just in our chat of
Yeah,
of
I'll throw them in.
Thank you very much.
So you're heading towards the library?
Yeah, because we were told that the prince is sometimes there, so we'll skim through the library on our way up to see if
And
he's there.
I'm sorry,
Mhm.
guys, but as they skim through the library looking for the prince, Snow's not gonna like intentionally fall behind anyone, but she will look for any books that catch her eye, and she'll just grab them off the shelf and keep walking with them.
Okay.
Fair.
Go ahead and let's say it's gonna be a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. That's fair consume. 4.
Can you roll me a d12?
1.
Interesting.
My dice don't like me today.
So you walk through, and all of your focus is just pulled to one book as you just quickly pull it off the shelf and just stuff it into your bag, not even looking at it.
Do I have time to read the title?
Nope.
Nope. All right.
Like, you looked at the book, the spine looked pretty, you grabbed it and just shoved it into your bag.
And then like ran after everyone else to try
Yep.
to keep up.
But as the rest of you begin to walk through this rather impressive library, spanning up 3 stories itself in the section that has been hollowed out for it in this tree, you do come across an individual seemingly passed out on one of the tables. Not like resting, like just with their head down on the table, laying on the table, completely passed out. Stacks of books like built around them, knocked over, just scattered all over the floor. You see that there are a couple like trays of like half-eaten food and cookies and multiple like half-drank cups of tea and other liquids. This individual looks worse for wear. Very, very pale, skin's very gaunt. It's like massive dark circles under their eyes. Their long black hair is like greasy and matted. The clothes that they're wearing looks like they probably haven't changed them in about 2 weeks.
The clothes that they're wearing, do they look, despite being dirty and a bit smelly, do they look like regal, like indicating that this is a person of stature, or?
Give me an investigation roll.
Okay, dice are on our side. That's a nat 20 for 20.
They, at one point, were definitely meant to look regal. But these are now just like completely soiled through. It's just probably be something that a royal clothes washer would probably just discard.
Okay. Unless anybody else from the group steps forward first, I will approach this individual and kind of place my hand on the shoulder and shake them to try and rouse them.
You shake them and they just give they give just a very weak groan and sort of like go to turn away from you.
I will use my psionic mind to speak directly to their brain and just be like, come on now, wake up.
Do not do that, mother. I need my sleep.
Oh, no, I'm not your mother. You're in the library again, sir.
Why are you calling me sir, mother?
I'm not your mother.
I
you
know
have
that's
visitors.
what you wish were the case, mother, but unfortunately for you, I am your son.
Congratulations on motherhood.
Is
Niall's just gonna go in
something
there,
to
go,
unpack.
inside their head.
And like he just bolts up, like just a cold sweat, like wide open now, like almost like hazel-like eyes, just like looking around in a panic.
Oh, I'll have to remember that one for the future.
There you go. Talk to your son.
Who the hells are you?
Hi, sir.
Mother?
I'm not your mother.
I could
you
tell
wouldn't
that.
happen to be Prince Ebonwood, would you?
Kind of just like rubs his head a little bit. Is starts thumping around his hand on the table, makes contact with a flask, and he opens up and just downs the remainder of the contents before like throwing it across the across the table and down like one of the aisles of the library.
Is that a yes?
Yes, I am Vastron Ebonwood. What do you need?
Wonderful. Well, Prince Ebonwood, you have won the proverbial lottery today. We are here to assist you.
Assist me with what?
Well, I assume the thing that has you laying passed out in the library.
Which I'm gonna look at to see what books, like what's piled around him right now. Like what's the subjects?
Give me an investigation roll before I tell you exactly what you find in these piles of books.
You're not just gonna tell me? No, it's
Nope.
fine. Where's my d20s? There we go. Pop off die. Oh, it's not that high. Still, it's 22.
22. This ranges from theories of the practices of forbidden magics, the theories and historical recorded instances of fates, various maps and topographic charts of the Twin Vale that you are in, and then various books on the monsters and other flora and fauna found in the underground caverns of this land.
Just out of curiosity, if it's even titled or if I'm able to glance at anything that is open, does it say what kind of forbidden magics?
It's just a history on the forbidden magics. like magics that have like long been since taboo in this kingdom.
Okay.
So you're here to help me with my sleeping disorder?
No. We're here to help you with the source of that disorder. Correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm sorry if this is a little bit personal, but you seek a path through the grand palace of the giants hidden deep underground, do you not?
He kind of like narrows his eyes. How do you know this?
Ah, well, fate is on your side, sir. Not on our side, but on your side.
And as you say that, he kind of like jumps up and like grabs like the side of your face and is like, okay, you are real. This isn't another one of my hallucinations.
Nope.
Give your son a hug.
The ritual works.
I'm not...
Fate has decided to intervene.
I mean, the good news, we were sent to help you.
What do you mean
We were
intervene?
specifically told to help you.
Oh, this is perfect. And he walks over and he grabs like a couple like partially open journals and he shuts them and he stuffs them into a book bag. He like slings them over his shoulder. He's like, I take it you know where the entrance to this palace is.
We don't have the finer details. We were more given an overview of the task that is in front of you.
But we're really smart.
We would.
So I am
have to
no
fill us in on a
closer
few
than to discovering how to enter the palace itself.
Well, we're
have my
here
notes,
to help
though.
you with that task. Share with us what you know, and we will provide guidance.
Or research.
Well, how good are all of you at swimming?
Oh, I'd love
I'm
to swim.
quite
Yes.
good.
I can hold my breath a really long time.
I've discerned the location of the palace, at least. The grand waterfall here, where the divide happens. The rapids and waters that divide one side of the Vale from the other. It's hidden down near the base of that waterfall. Best I can tell is we have to swim. And if we survive, we will come across a cave full of precious gemstones that we then must traverse deeper into the soil until we come to a grand palace. But there's no mention in any of my studies that would even hint towards how to enter the palace itself. I would assume the doors themselves aren't wide open.
I mean, doors are
Is it-
somewhat of our specialty.
I assume you just knock. A lot of times people answer the door and you knock.
I don't believe anybody inside is still alive. The giants haven't been seen since the Grand Divide.
I mean, we just let someone who wasn't technically alive that did stuff. You don't technically have to be alive.
And perhaps this door is just the first of the many puzzles and trials that we were told await inside of this palace. Once we're before the door, I have no doubt we'll find a way through.
And you're what fate has summoned up to assist me.
Every one of us.
And what is it that you are getting out of return?
Life. Literally. Oh, and
Let's just say
redemption.
we owe fate a favor. This is how I'm redeeming it.
This is a sort of penance for us.
I see. And I guess if I don't succeed, then you fail your penance.
Yes.
Yeah, we are very
prefer you
invested
don't
in you
fail.
succeeding.
Hmm.
Very
Yeah, that-
invested.
He kind of nods. I prefer I don't fail.
Curious, why were you looking at a book of flora and fauna?
I believe it's best to be prepared for anything I may come across down there.
Anything we should be wary of?
Oh, many things. The caverns in this land are full of inhospitable creatures and flowers and plants and all sorts of things.
Well, it seems we do have a starting point, the waterfall. So while we're still in this tower, perhaps we should go back to the potion maker and procure some water-breathing potions.
Oh, we won't need that.
Oh.
I've already procured what we need. See, so he walks over to like a small like satchel. And he opens up and he pulls out like a small vial and then a syringe, and he pulls the liquid out of the vial itself, and then just jams the syringe into his neck and just injects something into himself. And he just slowly pulls the syringe out, just throwing it down another row of books. As you could see, like his skin becoming a bit more healthy and the color returning to his face, as he now looks more like a regal prince than he does a slowly decaying corpse in the alleyway. And then he just like takes his hands and he just does that, and the clothing that he's wearing returns to its pristine state.
Prestidigitation,
Yep.
the most fanciful of all magics.
Eh.
You know, I always need to learn that spell, but I never did.
Oh, it saves a ton on laundry.
Bet it does. Instead, I choose to learn something that allows me to throw rocks at people. Much more fun.
Sure.
I'm throwing rocks at people.
Oh, Siva, you're muted.
Very muted.
So Alora looks confused and she says, so how does what you've just done have anything to do with us not needing to worry about breathing in water?
Oh, I've procured what we need in order to descend the depths. We're gonna need more than just water breathing. None of you look like you are fanciful swimmers.
Excuse me, I have you know, I am perfectly fine in the water.
And I have magic for that, but if you have something else that can take its place, I'm all for reserving my resources.
Look, and outer space is basically galaxy's ocean, so.
He kind of just raises an eyebrow at that comment.
Don't mind her, she's a little insane.
I can
In the
tell.
best way. In the best way, though. We love you.
A
Dad.
little.
Don't hate us.
I gotta do better.
Look, now we can't tell him a lot, so that might scare him.
Fair. Okay, carry on. I'm fine.
Indeed. Well, I cannot look a gift horse in the mouth. This is what fate has decided to grant me. I must make the best of it.
Oh,
We're quite
good, 'cause they all-
capable, I'm sure.
I do believe it was also mentioned that you will fail without us.
Well, then let's hope that I don't fail with you. For all of our sake.
Yes, well, we're kind of in a position of success by any means necessary, so failure really isn't an option.
So, Prince Fastrum, you speak of fate almost as if it were a living being. You know, this is what fate has provided, etc. Why is that?
It's just a turn of phrase.
You've never met fate.
One does not just simply meet fate. I don't even think fate is a thing.
A child, really.
Only sometimes.
I mean, technically what you met wasn't fate either. What you met was a servant of fate.
Shh.
Potato.
We don't have to tell him that.
So everyone refers to fate as fate. Sometimes we give faces and bodies to the unknown to help us cope with what has happened in our lives. I performed the ritual and, well, here you all are. I take it you are ready to leave at any point?
We are now.
Yeah, I think we've achieved what we needed to for the day, so whenever you're ready to move, I think we're ready to go with you.
I'm going to need a night's time to prepare. I've ran myself ragged. I need to get a good meal and a decent night's sleep. And then we will... Let us meet outside of town.
Which part?
The part that we are in. No need to cross the bridge.
Ah, that's easy.
All right. Do you want to meet outside of town, like northern, southern, eastern? Only one other option, western.
There's only one gate.
Ah, I see. I knew that. I've been here for a long time, so
I
that's
completely
normal.
forgot none of you went through the gate.
Nope.
Yeah,
we did not.
Great.
He's like, the gate that you pass through to come into the city.
Yes, of course. That gate.
That
I'm
gate.
sorry.
I remember that gate very clearly.
As I said, we have a way
What
with
gate?
doors.
To so many cities lately, they all just kind of blend together.
Allura pokes Neil. Don't go there. Look.
Right.
Oh yeah, that gate.
Anyway, I'll excuse myself. Do what you need to do. I don't care what it is. I will meet you outside the gate and we will begin our trip.
All right.
Usually, if we're going to travel with people, it's best to understand what we're all good at. We've obviously know each other, but what are your specialties?
So he kind of just smiles and grabs a bead off of his off of the coat, and he just throws it against the wall as a small beautiful gate opens up behind him. And you could see through, as it becomes clear, you can see just this very beautiful, illustrious elven bedroom behind him.
Oh, magic. Okay.
I'm a prince. And as he says that, he walks through the the gate and it just shuts behind him.
That's supposed to mean something. I assume that means he's good at magic, right? Or maybe he just buys magical items?
Yeah, I think it's more he's good at anything that has a price attached to it.
His secret power is money.
I don't
Like
feel like
Batman.
that's useful where we're going.
Batman
hope
There's
and
he
not a
has
lot
a
of things
lot
to
of-
buy.
I
Just-
hope he
just-
has a lot of those beats.
Just throwing it out there. If we help you with this, well, there's a reward involved, right?
You're
He's
talking
already
to a
gone.
wall. Yeah. Like,
Wow, who you talking to? He left.
No, I'm thinking out loud. This is what I'm gonna ask him next time, guys. Gosh, you guys
Okay.
think I'm weird.
Batman of Wizards, would that just be an artificer?
Yes.
Pretty much.
Well, that was unique. I guess we should get the rest too.
Yeah. I guess the
Do we
rest of
have-
the evening is ours. So
Do we have to pick something up from the little gnome guy who was making us clothing, or did we get all that already? I thought he was
Oh.
delivering something to us.
that reminds me, I should get my clothes tailored before we leave. Because hey, listen, I had wings, right? Like that's
Yes.
a thing that I had for a moment.
Momentarily.
Okay, yeah, I should get my clothes tailored.
I do
Oh
have a few
man,
items I need to cast Identify on. Might be best to go back.
well, if we're gonna go swimming, and like puts up the hood of her obnoxious fur-lined hood, and she's like, "I can't get this wet. I paid good money for it. Thank God for the bag." Okay. She's doing the whole pose like, "You wish you were me." I have a question though. Do beards float?
Grim kind of gives her a "wouldn't you like to know" smile from behind the beard as he just kind of does the whole like pulling on his studded leather armor for a sec.
It was Anders.
Pretty fun.
It wasn't Anders making us some custom gear and the sleeping bags and the tent and stuff? I think we need to go get
Yes.
that before we
Yes.
leave. Maybe
Yeah.
we should stop by and ask him for some swimming clothes as well.
Glad one of us remembers this stuff.
That's why I write it down. As you see, Snow sitting there flipping through a
Smart.
book, much like I am. Which actually reminds me, I have items I haven't entered onto my sheet as well. I have a comb of comfort.
Well, I'll go with whoever's headed that way, so I can get my clothes tailored, or just have some slits cut in the back.
I like seeing Anders. I don't mind going.
Cool.
And we can put them in my bag since we can outfit everything in there.
Yeah, I actually wanted to ask you some questions, so yeah, I'll go with you.
Okay. Maybe we
Oh,
should stop by and grab some food for Anders on our way. See, he seems like the hungry type.
I might need a swimming bonnet for the beard.
We will make sure to get you one. Do you want to come with us?
It's just the freaking like the shower cap, but for
Yes, but for the beard,
Yes.
exactly. You got it.
Oh,
And now I'm
God.
just picturing the thing they made Michael wear when I had to go get my C-section. It was literally like a hair net, but for the beard.
It is. They exist.
So next modification to the coffin is have an artificer affix like a flotation thing to the perimeter of it that you can activate.
Yes.
So you can use it as a boat anytime we go into water.
Alright.
All right, but I think Sharon and I are going to get
flotation
the
coffin shield of holding.
Yeah.
Sharon and I are going to Anders, and are the rest of you heading back to the hotel? We'll meet you guys there.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Sounds like a plan.
So Snow will start walking out of the library with Sharon. And if we see it past somewhere where I could pick up a few like pastries or treats along our walk back to the shop, I'm totally stopping and buying something for Anders.
Okay. There's definitely a couple, like, as you exit out of the gnarled tower, there are a couple food stalls that you pass by.
All right, I'm just gonna grab some, like, she just wants like a little basket of food, random foods. Probably some meats in there, some pastries, some muffins. Just an assortment of random foods.
Okay.
She'll probably spend like a gold on it. So however much a gold worth of food.
That's a decent amount of food.
And there's, she's seen what our halfling does.
True. A gold worth of food is probably a snack for a halfling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely will pick up nitty gritty, like the simple resupply kind of stuff, like rations,
Yeah.
some extra food and stuff like that, like simple things like that.
Oh, and Snow is totally packing in like a basket, making it look fancy. Like it's a fancy little basket of food.
Okay.
This is her way of saying, sorry, we're gonna need everything rushed. John, you said you had a question for me?
Oh yeah. You mentioned that you're like kind of from this part of the world, right? Like the Tricorn themselves. Is that where you're from?
Yes, I came from the Tricorns.
Have you lived there like your whole life?
I mean, they just... Yes, I have. I mean, I was very young when the mist went away. I don't know a lot about that part of the time, but yes, I've lived there my whole life.
So what do you think about the area and the people in it? The good people?
Of course they're good people. They're people like everyone else. We have our villages and our towns, and everyone's just trying to live.
What did you do before you joined us? Became an adventurer.
Well, I kind of did this right after my military service.
Military service.
Yes, the mandatory military service. Doesn't everyone
Yeah.
have that?
Well, not in other parts of the world.
No.
Oh, I guess some parts of the world, but like not the parts that I'm from.
Okay. Well, that's different. But yes. In the Tricorn, when you come of age, you spend 5 years in the military. And then I left. I got a government grant to study the animals in this region because we didn't even know dragons were still a thing. So I've come here to study them.
And what was that like, being in the military?
I mean, kind of boring half the time. You just kind of go through basic training and then hope they don't ship you off somewhere dangerous. Me not being very strong did not go anywhere dangerous, thank goodness.
Did you enjoy serving, I guess, Her Highness?
Her Highness?
Avara?
Oh, Avara! I never saw her personally, but I would have loved to. That would have been awesome. But I've seen her from a distance giving speeches and stuff. I assume it's like any other military. We did our missions, we kept the order.
Did Avara seem like a nice person? Like from afar?
She seemed like a leader. They have to make tough decisions sometimes.
Yeah,
I don't think she did anything that... It was all for our good. She did save the Isles. She was the one that made the mist go away.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I mean, before then, the cities were literally falling apart.
Yeah, I heard that everything was going to be wiped out, and then some people trying to do something about it, but then they fucked it up, and she swooped in and saved everyone.
I don't know if they were trying to do something. I thought they were the cause of the problem.
Well, you can be both things.
That's fair. Yeah, no, there was. I heard there was one city that the demons were raining down from the skies. Like it was bad. Just attacking villagers.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
Yeah, I wonder who did that.
No idea.
I don't claim responsibility for any of this, matey.
I mean, they were half the reason things got as bad as it was. And good intentions or not, it doesn't. What matters is the end result.
Yeah, I suppose so. So it seems though that Avara's doing a good job.
I would say so. She keeps the order. She makes sure things run smoothly. I mean, there's people, like everywhere else, people aren't always 100% happy, and you can't make everyone happy. I think she's doing the best that she can, and we are much safer now.
Huh.
Why do you ask? Are you thinking of
I've
moving there?
No, I've heard some stories about her, and the stories conflict with all the good things that you're saying. So I wanted to, hear about her from somebody else.
Well, like I said, I've never met her personally, but I've seen her give speeches. We have there's an annual festival that we do on the day that she saved the Tricorn. I've seen her there. She's done parades, things like that.
Yeah, and I mean, you're not like cursing her very existence, which is not something I'm used to. So,
Oh,
maybe I only heard one side of the story.
I mean, I've like I said, I've only seen her from a distance. I don't know her personally, and sometimes people, maybe like these other people, she had good intention. Things didn't go so well at first, and she learned from that and got better.
Yeah, maybe. Do you ever think you'll meet her?
Oh, I would love to one day.
If you do, you gotta tell me all about it.
If I do, I don't see why you couldn't come with.
I don't know if I'm allowed.
Why is that? Who tells you can't do things, Sean?
My dad.
And I'm more take a moment, and she's gonna look Sharon up and down and look around. She goes, I thought you were an adult.
Oh, I am. But, he has a very far reach.
But your dad doesn't allow you to do things, and if you don't listen to him, he does bad things to you?
No. Well, he did. Okay, there was one time where I touched a thing where he was like, don't touch the thing. But how could you not touch the thing? And he got real mad at me, and he left me on an island for several months.
Sean, that's not okay. You
Funny-
don't leave children on an island.
Funny enough, we did that to him too. But it was
Maybe
more.
that's where he got the idea.
It was more. He was kind of thrown into alternate realities. Because he touched things he wasn't supposed to touch, i.e., me.
That's
Wait.
where I got it.
Where he got what from?
Oh, right. Sorry. So that fang that went inside of me,
Yes,
its name is Agvrin.
it has a name.
It sure does. It once belonged to my father, so I was very surprised to see it.
Is he going to be very mad that you have it now? Do we
I
need to look out for him? Is he going to hurt you? Do you feel safe?
don't think he'll ever truly hurt me. I mean, sometimes you gotta punish your kid when they mess up, and
Within
sometimes.
reason.
Well, yeah. So he's a little complicated. He's been through a lot.
So he gets to
And-
take that out on you.
No, but some days I just am in the way. And I get it.
Rivaan, you're not in the way. How could you
Well,
be in the way?
some days I'm like very deliberately in the way.
Oh, so you do it on purpose.
Sometimes.
But still.
But yeah, I mean, okay.
Sharon, are you safe at home?
I feel very safe at home. I wish I was at home right now, but he was like, no, you have to leave. You have to go follow in my footsteps.
Okay. I can see that. He wants you to experience the world for yourself.
Yeah. Kind of like the way he did, but less world ending.
What do you mean?
Which I guess I'm
world
not
ending?
doing a good job of so far. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you a secret. You gotta promise to not tell anybody.
I'm good
ever.
at keeping secrets.
Like, really, really promise me you'll not tell anyone.
I won't tell anyone. Except the voice in your head might hear you.
The voice in my head already knows. It's okay.
Okay.
So my last name is Rivaan, and my dad is Cassius.
Big old sparkly eyes. like the Rivaans.
Yeah, those ones.
It's like I'm. And you're asking me how. Oh my god. So.exe is not operating.
Right. So I was asking you about Avara because I've never actually met her. Not like had a conversation with her anyway. Like I've seen her. She's been like a few feet away from me a few times, but Dad has always like ushered me out of the room when she shows up, and he doesn't like her. So he wants to like keep me away from her, but I mean she's like my aunt, right? I should get to know her. She's family.
You should. You should be able to make your own judgment about whether or not you like her.
Yeah.
Sometimes in families are complicated, and sometimes siblings they don't grow up liking each other very much because they do mean things to each other sometimes. And sometimes it's just the siblings being siblings.
Yeah, and like I've asked him why he doesn't like her. Like, what did she do? What could possibly be so bad that he doesn't like her so much? But he just gives me the angry eyes and tells me to get the hell out.
Oh, he doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Maybe he knows it's something small to everyone else, but it
You
means
think
something to
it's
him.
really petty.
It might be, but some people they get upset about those things, and they just hold grudges for long times.
Yeah, like hundreds of years.
It's like my brother. He liked to pull my tail a lot as a kitten.
That's
a
not
lot.
nice.
No, it hurts.
Yeah.
But he never pulled anyone else's tail, just mine.
It's
But
a sibling thing, I guess.
it is. They annoy the crap out of you.
Yeah. So yeah, like there's a whole lot of history there with Dad that it's just he's gone through some stuff, and I try to be understanding of that, but also sometimes I just I want his attention,
Nothing wrong with that. You should be able to get your dad's attention sometimes.
Yeah.
Wait, does that mean you're like a princess? Do I need to
No.
start calling you Princess Sharon?
No.
Or do I call
No.
you Your Highness?
No, because Avara is the self-appointed queen, right? Dad
I guess.
is just a boat captain. I mean, he does run a worldwide shipping company, but mostly he's just a boat captain.
Dad's just a glorified mailman.
But I mean, if she's queen, that at least makes you guys some form of aristocracy.
Maybe. I guess I'd never really thought about it too much. Because I never really looked at her as a queen. She's always just been Aunt Avara.
We'll definitely have to one day get you to see her.
Yeah, I'd like to have a conversation with her, but I also I don't want to make Dad angry.
So I know you told me not to tell anyone, but if I tell my brother, he can let me know if she's having another one of the festival things, and maybe we can try to attend.
I mean, if you want to do that,
I mean, he's all the way over on the Isles. It's not like
without
it's-
the whole.
Did we lose Fox?
I think we lost Fox.
Oh,
We lost
Well,
Fox!
it's not me for
Oh,
once.
that's
for once,
new.
It's not me.
That's new.
Oh
I'm out of the doghouse.
Yeah, sure. Maybe we.
Oh, no, he's back.
Whoa,
He's back.
He's back.
you got
No.
fast forwarded there.
no! We lost you!
Lost
Oh
again.
wait, lost him
Lost
again.
again.
Oh no.
I don't know!
Oh no. Oh no. Wait,
Cassie's
he's
just
back.
fucking up
You
the stream.
good?
He's back.
You good?
I don't
We
know.
didn't hear
Discord,
hardly in your,
Discord, are you okay?
His dad just said like, "Fuck you, I'm not a glorified mailman."
I'll show you.
shit.
Piece of
I'll show you.
timey-wimey bullshit.
I'll show you just a boat captain.
So we didn't get hardly any of your response.
To which part?
To,
The last most
to-
recent one.
The
to
festival.
reach out to her brother.
Oh yeah. Like I'd love to do that, but just don't tell anyone about me. And
Okay. Okay,
You
I
know-
will respect your wishes on that. I won't tell him.
if we do get a chance to go, I could just like disguise myself for something, maybe.
Why wouldn't you just... Why would you have to disguise yourself? Don't you want to meet her as you?
Yeah, I really don't want Dad knowing.
How would he know unless he's there too?
He's got ways of
Oh, does he have spies?
knowing things and
Do
doing.
we need to look out for people following you?
things. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure he's got a way to track me. Like, so I've snuck into his cabin before on his ship, and he's got this map table, right? And there's this really fancy map that's like a part of the table, like it's all one thing. And he has a way, I don't know how he does it, of like pinpointing specific people on this map, like where they are at any given time. It's really cool, but also kind of scary.
And it works on everyone? Or
I
just-
don't know if it works on anyone, but he has, looked up specific people on it before. So I don't know if it's just like a set number of people or if it's just anyone.
And it could work like the scrying spell. I've heard that those you just have to know someone.
Yeah, maybe it's a scrying map.
Interesting. So you think he's spying on you?
I don't think he is, but I think he can. I know he can.
A parent usually likes to keep tabs on their children,
Yeah, and
especially
if
if you don't write him. Do you write him?
no, because like he's all over the place. So
So you
Yeah, I
can't
could write-
write and send it to the company, and they won't track him down and get the letter to him.
well, I could send it to the company, but like he wouldn't get it until either he went to that port that it went to, or they sent it to a different port that he was going to. So it's all kind of, if he really wanted to talk to me, a doorway would just open up in this wall here and he'd step through, or he'd pull me through, and
Yeah.
that'd be the end of it.
He has access to that kind of magic? I guess kind of like the prince does. Okay, that makes sense.
Sure, yeah, it's kind of like that, but he just doesn't use beads for it.
I mean, is he a wizard? Some wizards can do that.
Yeah, it's
Or a scroll. If he has a scroll, that would work too. Or a ring.
sure, yeah, it could be any of those things.
think you should write your father sometimes. I think he would appreciate a letter to hearing about how you're doing. He probably worries for you.
I hope so.
Oh, I'm giving Sharon a big hug with that one. Getting a big fluffy kitty hug.
And as
Thank
like
you.
as you're having this conversation, you come up to the doors of the sheep's embrace.
Head on in. And you're not covered in cat fur, by the way. It's fully stuck to all your clothes.
This is why you need to learn prestidigitation.
And as you walk in, you see Anders taking off like those goggles and like his gloves, and he's putting them down on the table and he's wiping sweat off of his forehead. He's like, "Oh, I didn't expect you all back so soon."
Yes, well, we found the person we were looking for, and he wants to leave tomorrow morning.
Oh,
We apologize because I know you're making some stuff for us, but we're going to need it sooner. And we found that we might need a few additional items.
that's not a problem. I just finished preparing everything for you. I hit a bit of an inspiration kick and I skipped lunch and part of my dinner, but everything is ready for you. I was getting ready to have it all packed up and delivered to your rooms, but since you're here, do you mind taking it for me?
Not at all. We can definitely take it, and it's a good thing we brought this with us. And she's gonna pull out the giant basket of foods. Set it down.
Oh, that looks amazing. As he just like sits down and starts tearing the like destroying the wrapping on this this basket and just starts like shoveling food into his mouth.
We might need a few more items too. We found out we're going to have to do some swimming. None of us have swimming gear. The beard wants something to save his beard.
The clothes themselves are waterproof. Well, water repellent, I should say. But I don't know how they would do if you actually jumped into water. That'd be interesting. Unfortunately, we don't really get many requests for swim gear. It's usually cold around here all the time.
We don't have like the special swimming stuff for when people go in extra cold water. Or if you don't have the right kind of fur, it just kind of soaks right to your skin and makes you really cold.
Yeah. No, most people don't go swimming around here. I mean, the crazy people do, but usually they get fished out like a day later.
Wouldn't have something. Our dwarven friend, he'd like something to cover his beard with to keep the water from soaking it all the way. Like, the swimmers will wear the stuff over their heads sometimes.
He's like, well,
can you at least get something like that?
I do have a sock that we had made for a large individual, but he canceled halfway, so we only have one. But I mean, if your bearded friend needs something to cover it, you're free to take it. I don't know how well it's going to do in the water.
We can offer it to him if that's the best we have.
Yeah, no, like I said, we don't get any requests for swim gear. This is a first. I'm embarrassed to say that we don't have any materials to create anything of the sort. We tend to flow with the seasons, and even in the hottest times here, doesn't really get to swimming temperature.
That is too bad. Sharon, didn't you need something else for your clothing as well?
Oh, yes. I know you just made all these clothes for us, but I don't suppose I could leave mine with you for the night. And you could add some like slits or something in the back for a pair of wings that I find myself with now.
You have wings now.
It's a recent addition.
I see. Yes, I can most definitely add the slits to the back of your top clothing.
Yes, sorry for being such a last minute thing.
No, it's no hassle. I'll finish my food here. I'll get it taken care of, and you should have it before the morning.
Thank you so much.
And I can take everything else other than Sean's stuff. I can just put it in my bag here.
And he kind of like motions over to like where everything is neatly wrapped and bound together, and you've got your tents and everything.
Elmar starts shoving them in the bag of holding. Taking note of which packages are for you, for who, and how I can recall them.
When you put the stuff in the bag of holding, can you roll me percentiles, please?
Oh shit.
No reason.
$74.
Okay. As you just put the clothes and the tent and the tents, everything into your bag.
I think my notes say it actually is a pavilion, that it's a group item rather
Yeah,
than
it's a
individual.
tent.
Yeah,
For
that's what it
everyone.
is. Yeah, it's a pavilion tent.
Yeah, we have one giant tent that fits everyone. We have a bunch of sleeping bags for everyone.
That's
and
right.
Clothes for everyone. Custom clothes for everyone. All to be paid for by the innkeeper.
Oh, that's right. Vega was eating the cost of that.
He was, because the crash ruined all of our stuff.
I still have money for him, so.
We know you are playing on that, but the rest of
Yes.
us, Big Keith's paying it.
Look, this is how you make friends.
Not arguing that. Well, Joan, did you want to head back over to the inn?
Yeah, I think I'm about ready to call it a night.
Alrighty. As we exit the inn, stumbling over to Sean. Do you think we need to dig you a grave tonight, or do we really think that was just them messing with us?
Oh, right. I don't know. I guess we'll find out if it's real or not.
We'll see how you feel in the morning.
Yeah.
If you feel better, then we'll have to remember that.
So as the two of you have like been walking and everything and picking up the clothing, the rest of you make your way back to the sprawling griffin.
Poor Sharon's probably still picking fur out there. It's never coming out.
It's never coming out.
This is why you get dogs.
Yeah,
Dogs
no,
shed too.
mine does the same thing.
I guess
you
it depends
remember-
on the dog. Never mind.
Do you remember the clump of fur that came off my dog while you were here? A handful.
You make another dog, yeah.
It's the first time he ever molted, like full on, like just a bunch of fur came out. Yeah.
So you walk in just as the late afternoon hours start to set in. A small group has like found their way into the griffin. A couple of the tables are already populated. People, coming in just right after work, getting a drink. Some people getting an early dinner. And as you walk in, Vega kind of smiles and gives gives you just like a greeting wave as he's walking by with like a tray full of drinks.
Where do you think the others are? Think they went back to the rooms, or do you think they're getting food?
Oh no, this is for the people who got there before you.
Oh, sorry.
Just in case like the rest of the group wanted to do anything.
Definitely give the money back that we owed because we went way the fuck over.
Okay.
That way he doesn't get the bill and goes, "What the fuck?" Yeah, and I think she'll drink.
You just like pull up a chair and at a table and just order a drink.
Yep, she's gonna get a drink. She's gonna do the wizard equivalent of studying, where she's gonna have her new little cookbook out, and very much like the scene in Suicide Squad of Harley Quinn, just like sipping on tea, but it's her ale as she reads the book about bombs.
Okay.
She has the pinky out and everything, and she's just like big old fucking
pinky
mug.
out, taking a drink of ale, just reading the D&D equivalent of the Anarchist Cookbook.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
Because I gotta start studying on that. I gotta get proficient before.
Yep.
So.
Yes, you do. What about the rest of you?
Well, we're in a tavern.
Yep.
You know what the beard is up to.
Ah, yes.
Gross.
You're just jealous.
Girl, I get mine. I'm just studying right now. Priorities.
Exactly, priorities.
As you see Grim sort of like walking up towards the staircases leading up to the upper floor where the rooms are, and the two individuals that had previously left his room this morning follow him in.
Oh my.
She's just the eyebrow raise where she's like, hoe bag.
Like we don't know what Niall's gonna be or who Niall's gonna be doing later tonight.
She's not discreet at all.
Callie, Alora, you doing anything?
Alora would be probably ordering one of just about everything on the menu for supper and working her way through that.
Okay.
And I guess Grim has gone. She's probably sitting I don't know if Nil is at a table by herself or sitting sort of with the group or.
I mean, depending on what you guys decide to do, I mean, she won't say no if you do want to be at the table with her. Otherwise, she just kind of grabbed a drink, found a corner, and is just kind of doing her thing. But she won't say no if you do want to join her.
Yeah, Alora being a very sort of social person, she would be, looking to engage whoever is in the party who's there.
Okay, so
But,
you sit
but
down.
nothing in particular until she's eaten. for
Okay.
sure.
So you sit down and you order your food and just wait for it. Well, Niall is there daintily sipping at their ale as they're reading a book about bombs. And what about Callie?
Muted.
Still muted.
Callie had silence cast on them.
No, that was me going, I am indeed. Now, where the hell is that one? God. I really don't have... I don't even have an ongoing project, nothing. Like, oh my god, what is this? No,
It's a blank slate.
it is. For now, no, it's just going to be a very, very quiet night. I do not have anything I need to be doing at this time. Just find some food to nibble on, and that is about it.
Okay. So as you all sit down and you for your meals and your room time adventures, half hour passes before both Charon and Snow enter into the tavern.
where do you think we're going to find them? Do you think they're in their rooms, or I think they went to the tavern?
When you walk in, you can see them just right at the table. Well, 3 of them anyway.
Never
I
mind.
think that answers your question.
Snows is going to pat her way over to the table. Looking forward to when she can take off these damn shoes.
We've been waiting for you.
Yes, I have everyone's clothes here, and I'm going to start reaching into the bag and pulling out each person's clothing sets. I can pass them around.
When you open the bag to remove the clothing sets, can you roll me a percentile?
Motherfucker, this scares me. Why? What is going on? I need to know.
Do I have to?
Yes, you do.
5.
5.
Right.
2, 3. So this is 1, 2, 3. There are 5. Yeah, there are 5. Okay. So as you're pulling the clothing out, you pull out Alora's. You pull out Niles. You pull out Callie's. And as you go to pull out Grimm's, instead of his clothing,
Oh no.
there's a wooden toy train.
I don't remember putting this in then. I set the toy train on the table and reaching again, trying to find Grimm's set.
You reach in, you find nothing.
I know I put it somewhere. Sean, do you remember if I put Grimm's in the bag? Did I miss it? Did I miss one?
No, I watched you put them all in there. I didn't
that-
watch you put a toy train in there, though.
We just got these bags. He made them, so they're not used before. I can't find his clothes.
As you guys are talking, like, Niall's completely, like, still having the book up, but you see, like, her hand with, like, a strange, that strange looking displacer beast, like, puppet just goes and, like, with its mouth just knobs on the train and then puts it back underneath the table. She just keeps reading.
Are you trying to be discreet about this, or is it just open for everyone to see?
Nope, doesn't care. It just
Okay.
seems like she's just doing it very slowly. She's not even looking. Just now pulls it back.
And it's a very finely made train.
It's Snooks's now. Sorry, guys.
Well, now Snow's going to be attempting to pull everything she put in that bag out.
What did you put in the bag aside from the clothing of the pavilion?
The pavilion, the sleeping bags, the Smitty potion of Revivify went in there.
You just pull everything out and it's all accounted for. The only thing that isn't there is Grimm's clothes.
I don't like this. I don't understand.
Maybe you did leave them behind, and we just didn't notice, and they'll be delivered in the morning with mine.
I hope so. Gums are the only clothing that's missing. Maybe I should go back tonight just to make sure. Oh, they're probably closed by now.
It's okay. He probably needs a new set of clothes anyway, because he's being such a dirty birdie right now.
Well, these were his new set of clothes. I just picked them.
Yeah, but something bigger for his beard's ego.
Is the sock in there?
Ow.
Was I able to pull the sock out?
Socks there.
Like his beard sock?
Well, he asked for something to cover his beard when he was swimming. This is the best they could do. They don't have swimming stuff.
Looks like something you put up on your
Doorknob.
no, not door.
Maybe he could use it. He could use it for that.
No, it looks like something that you put up on, your fireplace during Raccoon Day. Just saying.
Oh, true.
I'm sure it could be used for that. People quite often use their stockings for that. Either way,
Why
I
would
hope
you
his
put a
clothes come in the
sock
morning.
on your mantelpiece?
because the raccoon, for all the good boys and girls, the raccoon comes and gives you presents on Raccoon Day.
How dare you not know what the most sacred of holidays is here? You should be ashamed.
We didn't really do holidays at my house.
Is your family not very? They not follow any of the gods?
Oh, no. My dad hates the gods with a passion.
Oh, but I mean, the raccoon isn't really a god. Maybe he is. I don't know. No one really knows.
He says they're disgusting. Every one of them.
Oh, well. Glad Grimm's not here. I think he would have something to say about that.
Yeah, maybe.
But, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Some people don't like the gods. Well, I really hope that the Grimm stuff shows up tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how we
Feel bad
both
for
could
leaving
have
it behind.
missed it.
No, I know, neither can I.
Like, I'm pretty sure.
I'm
it was,
also
like,
really
the
curious where
first
that
set
toy
that you
train
put
came in.
there.
Where did that toy train come from? Me too. That was very odd.
You hear angry, possessive cat hissing noises underneath the table.
Well, you can keep the train. It's not a problem. Just very curious where it came from.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But I can't leave all this stuff on the table. I guess I have to put it back. Must not have forgotten his. And she'll slowly start putting everything back in the bag. Because she has not made the connection yet.
Okay. And as you put everything back into the bag, can you give me a 1 percentile roll?
But if she's taken out our clothing, can we take our clothing?
Yes, you
Like,
Oh,
can.
yeah, no, I've given you
Oh,
all
I
the
was
clothing.
grabbing. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to put it back in the bag.
As her
Yeah, she
hand
wasn't-
comes back up, Puppet's not there. Just grabs the clothes.
Yeah, she was giving you guys all your clothes. So she
I will
handed that
tell you
out.
this now. Anybody who bought a bag of holding from that shop, anytime you put an item, you open it up to pull an item out or put an item in, I need a percentile roll.
The 78.
Why?
78. Okay, everything goes in.
I have a theory, but Snow does
Stupid
not
toy
understand what's
factory.
happening.
Stupid
That's how
Marion.
you gotta supply your shop somehow. Well, I think after that I'm going to go. I'm going to go study some of my items that I purchased today. I do have the identify spell. Does anyone else want me to look at their items as well? I was going to look at the potions as well, just to be safe.
No, I think I'm good. My items have become a part of me, so I'm okay.
Literally.
Yeah, I think it would be a little awkward to touch you and cast a 10-minute spell.
Yeah, although, I wonder what happens when you try and identify a person.
I've never tried. Do you want to try it? It can't hurt you.
Well, I don't know. Magic's real wonky around here
Is that-
lately. It might hurt.
Agrin pokes into your head. Identify ain't gonna work on me. I'm technically not an item.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't think it'll give you any information. Neither me or my guest are items.
Oh, that's true. It does require something to be an item.
Depends on who you're with that night.
She does have a point. However, I'm just going to head up to my room. Now I know you want to start learning Draconic. Did you want to? Can we start that tomorrow? I want to look at my stuff.
Oh, somebody's learning Draconic? I can help.
Yeah, now I want to start learning. I was going to teach her. I guess it should have dawned on me that you know it as well.
I know a
Probably.
whole lot of languages.
Might be a better teacher than I.
I know all of them.
Oh, that's right. You're fucking
The book.
Duolingo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you got
Duolingo.
Duolingo.
If anyone needs to learn, Common, Draconic, Elvish, Abyssal, Celestial, Infernal, Primordial, Sylvan, Deep Speech, or maybe even Giant, I can help.
I'm interested in most of those. I mean, I only know Draconic and Common, but definitely interested in the rest of them. But I think now wants to learn Draconic to teach Shrapnel.
The Giant might actually help us in
Yeah.
our little adventure here.
Oh, it definitely will. I do know comprehend languages, so I can read stuff if I cast a spell.
Also
but
very, very helpful, yeah.
if I don't have to cast a spell, it's better.
So I will say, Gilly, we will do the identify the next time we're
That's fine.
live. Just,
Well, the first thing she wants to look at is that damn book to see what it is.
Mhm. Oh, I can tell you that when she looks at it tonight. That's not a problem.
Okay.
Though everything else, like, just give me a list of everything you're gonna identify,
Yep.
and then that way I can prepare and make sure everything is right.
Yep. Sounds good. Not a problem.
Anyone else doing anything special for the night, or just eating and then retiring?
Just trying to get my
Go ahead.
my recipe on.
If you're gonna spend a decent amount of time tonight doing that, go ahead and roll me a d6 for your skill tree.
Okay.
3. Okay, so that's 2.
I'm 1/16 of the way there.
When Charon mentions that she would be willing to help people learn languages, Allura is very interested. But she's not just sure what language to start with. But she kind of looks at the party and thinks that maybe a good place to start might be Draconic as well, since it's already being taught to Nil.
You can have a group learning session.
Yeah.
Yay!
We're all gonna start
Yay.
talking to each other only in Draconic just to practice it. Everywhere we go.
Projects. Cool.
All right, so as you all retire for the night, Snow, that book that you grabbed, what caught your eye was the way that it was reflecting light. Looking at it now, the book's binding, the front, the back cover, the spine, and everything are made out of a very thin silver, very metallic to the touch. When you look at the pages along the side, it almost looks like it's gold leafed.
Okay.
So that's all you can tell from looking on the outside.
So we'll open up to the first page to see if there's a title, all that type of stuff that's on the first pages.
So as you open it up, the inside is completely blank. Though you realize that the pages themselves are not gold leafed. They're gold. You have a silver book wrapped, or you have a silver book covering wrapping soft gold pages.
Nothing written on them.
Nothing written on them.
Well, that's going on the identify list. Trying to figure out what's going on with this book.
Okay. Now, as everybody sleeps, those of you who are participate in fun nighttime activities do so. Though, when some point during the night, Grim, can you roll me percentiles, please?
With pleasure.
Sorry, let me get the D100 out real quick.
Oh, I'm sorry. You don't need to roll me percentiles. I need a perception check.
Oh, all right. Let me get the wisdom dice out then. Perception. One of the few things I'm decent at, being a priest. Should we say cleric? So that is going to be a 16.
16. After the beard has its like nighttime fling, it's about 2-3 o'clock in the morning when you are sort of jostled awake from the sounds of a very silent struggle and then something thudding onto your chest. And as you sit up and you look around the room trying to, discern what's going on, a wrapped parcel of clothing sort of just like tumbles off of your chest.
Okay. We'll definitely like kind of grab it and kind of like, do the whole like, if it's like all like tumbled up, we're gonna open it up and just look at it.
You
like,
open it up and it's the winter clothing that had been ordered for you from the Sheep's Embrace.
Room service. Nice.
Though you notice that the two companions that were with you are no longer there.
Oh no.
And you technically had paid for service until morning.
Seems like a refund might be in order.
And then as you look around, you notice that your coffin slightly open ajar.
Oh, I gotta put a lock on that thing. Yeah. We're definitely gonna have to chain that thing up when we're not using it. Ugh. We're going to walk up to the coffin and first we're going to reflexively close the lid because I think it's what anybody would do in that situation. Like, nope. But then we'll think twice about it and you'll see Grim just like knock on the surface of the coffin, just like
takes a moment, and then you hear 3 knocks.
Oh, great. Yeah, who's in there?
Thank you.
Or what?
A wonderful trade.
I traded nothing with you.
Oh, but I traded for you. or with you?
And who might you be?
It's no response.
Great. I wanted a coffin of holding, and now it's possessed. Great. We're gonna grab like an adventurer's rope or something, and we're like, you know how we all have like a rope in the dungeoneering pack. We're grabbing this, and we're hog tying the coffin, as it did misbehave. And we're gonna have to
put it in the timeout corner.
Yeah. Like, and we're just gonna turn to the coffin like, bad coffin. We don't bring eldritch entities into this world. Bad. Ugh. And I'm gonna like get a piece of parchment, and I'm gonna write like, I was a bad coffin, and just like pin it on the coffin.
So now we have like BDSM tied up coffin. Got it.
Pretty much with I was a bad coffin.
You know where this is going.
You're dice shaming your
the
coffin.
Is being, oh yes, I am shaming the coffin right now.
The coffin is sentient?
I don't know what this is.
Maybe.
The beard does not know if the coffin is sentient at this point. We're not taking any chances.
And as you tie up your coffin and put a sign on it, you know, calling it a bad coffin, that's where we are going to end for this week.
Oh no.
You've been a naughty coffin.
Exactly.
Naughty coffin.
Bad coffin. That's how you get a spanking. We don't kill the two.
I hope the coffin isn't
no
called
eldritch
Houdini.
summoning.
The coffin wants a spanking.
Right? Clearly.
Okay, now it's just getting weird.
That is what crossed the line for you, Rogan. Not the rest of it.
Bad coffin.
Right?
I didn't say it crossed the line. I just said it was getting weird.
Oh, I mean, the coffin crossed the line. He ate my companions.
Oh, but yes, so that is going to do it for us tonight. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. If this is your first time here, this is not the only show that we do. Coming up on this Saturday, or actually coming up tomorrow, is going to be episode 2 of our new mini adventure of Under the Mountain, which is a Kids on Brooms game that is run by Sugarlove. And then we'll be coming back on Saturday for another episode of Wayward Wanderers, which
with an earlier start.
Oh, is there an earlier start
for this week?
Okay,
for this week
with an earlier start, and that is a Pathfinder 2 Extinction Curse campaign run by Azarin. And then
Is this the final episode? Is this the final episode for this one before your guys' break?
Maybe.
Okay.
And then we will be coming back on Monday for another episode of Destiny Forged. Phase 2 of the raid fight. So that's going to be fun. But yep, that is going to do it for us for now, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we will catch you tomorrow for Under the Mountain. Till then, have a good one.
I'm waving.